as of right now, it looks like Nico is going to be leaving Tennessee due to an NIL dispute. That leaves Jake Merklinger as the next quarterback up for the Tennessee Volunteers. We're going to look at his prospect profile from high school, looking at his highlights, his 24/7 sports page, everything else. We're also going to talk about transfer portal opportunities later on in the video as well with some of the other quarterbacks who are in quarterback battles with their programs that could head your way, that you need to pay attention to, some bigger names. But before you dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're looking at the high school recruits, 2025, 2026 class. We're looking at the younger players, 3 stars, 4 stars. We go deeper. Now you know why you need to look deeper, because you never know what's going to happen at the top of the depth chart and when it's going to happen. Click that button. Stop missing out. We're going to start off by looking at Jake Merklinger's 24/7 Sports player profile page. Coming out of high school last year, 2024 class, he was a 4-star recruit. He was red-shirted, QB 13 in class, QB 11, depending on what rankings you want to look at, maybe different on 3. But again, we get our analysis from just looking at the highlights. 6'3", 195. We did a few videos on him back then, and this is during the recruiting process. 29 offers. That's a heavy market for him. Tennessee, Arkansas, Auburn, Austin Peay, Boston College, the big schools, small schools, medium-sized schools, all were after him. Played in the Polynesian Bowl. They're saying he's an athletic quarterback prospect, multi-sport background that happens to be one of the more experienced signal callers in the 2024 cycle. So he played a lot of seasons, got a lot of opportunities to start in high school, mobile, quick enough to scramble into chunk plays. Average arm, won't blow you away, but has to change the speeds necessary as a passer. And what you'll notice from the highlights is a guy that sprays the ball around. Multi-sport athlete, plays basketball. We're going to have good feet. Also, lacrosse, so a good motor. We're not going to gas the outs. And that's changed now. We're further removed from that. But that's also like in his backing, is in his DNA now. As a guy that can move laterally well, good feet, good ankle supports, has a gas tank, and his brother, offensive line at Western Illinois. Now we're locked in with Tennessee, as we all know. Stats, and we balled out throughout our high school career. As a freshman, we jumped up 2,100 yards, 18 touchdowns. That's when we threw our interceptions, but we were just a middle schooler right before that. But 4 interceptions the last 2 years combined, 3,000 yards that final year there, and 11 rushing touchdowns, so he can get you a little bit something on the ground. That being said, if you want to talk about transfer opportunities before we dig into the highlights, we got a quarterback battle at Alabama. Austin Mack, Ty Simpson. Keelan Russell's going to stay there. He's the 5-star. He's next in line. But for this season, whoever loses that out is between a starter and a 5-star. More than likely, Mack, doubtfully, but could be Ty Simpson. Could be headed your way because now you got an opening here at Tennessee. You also got a quarterback battle at Ohio State. Julian Sayin and Keenholz. Keenholz, per the news, is closing the gap, but that's hearsay. The media does not get a full look at what's going on, nor told the truth. So if I had to guess, Sayin's probably going to win that out, and maybe Keenholz comes your way. You also got a quarterback battle at Notre Dame. You got Minchie, you got Carr, and you got Angeli. You got some quarterbacks there. If I had to pick between all those situations, Austin Mack would be the guy I'd be looking most forward to due to opportunity and upside. But those 3 situations, keep an eye on throughout the process. But let's dig into Jake Merklinger's tape here. 7 minutes. On top of that, I'm not forgetting or not thinking about the smaller school prospects or the guys already in the portal, but I wanted to throw that out there just in case nobody else has talked to you guys about it. But we got 7 minutes of clips back in high school, starting off with some senior year clips, but I got the junior year highlight tape also, so we're going to go there. Let me know what you think about him in the comments below. Out in front of his wide receiver. Out there, looking solid on that throw. Good height to him, good frame to him. Stepping back, stepping up. Good anticipation towards the sideline. Harder for the DB to make a play on that. Stepping up again. Chill in the pocket. You see that under duress? Rolling out. There we are over the middle. over the middle. And why I'm bringing up Merklinger is when I was looking up the quarterbacks here, that's what was mentioned by ESPN. That is the recent player we've covered on the channel last year. And I remember upside to his game, Tennessee fans looking him up. We're rolling. There we go. Not Mike Vick. Not Mike Vick, but not Drew Bledsoe either. Next play. Stepping up. Bam. Nice ball. Nice ball. Good anticipation on that. Right there. You see there was a little window there. He had to fit it in. When you talk about arm, of course, not DJ Lagway. I wouldn't compare him to that. But we're spraying it around. And we are using different velocities. We got a good fastball. We saw it when that window throw earlier, 2 plays ago. Nice read there. Anticipation's been looking good on a lot of these. Again, small sample. It's been a while since I looked at him. I know I've done 2 or 3 videos on him, talking him up. But Nico Iamaleava is probably gone. Probably gone. And you got to look at the next man up. This is why those quarterbacks, those running backs, wide receivers, whatever position you're looking at, when you got a 5-star at top, now you got to start looking at your 3 stars and 4 stars that were recruited that year, the year prior. Now you got to start looking at those players all throughout your depth chart now. Because now they may be your dude out in front of him. He's got a good arm. He's got a good arm. Stepping up, gets it out quick. Boom. Right there. Boom. Right there. Right out in front of him. Right there. Look at the touch on that. Had to have good touch. A little bit low. That's picked or batted down. Rolling. His arm's not bad. His arm's not bad. The scout report said not going to wow you or whatever they said per their wordage. It's not bad. It gets you the job done. It gets the job done. There's the mobility. Like I said, not Michael Vick, but not Drew Bledsoe either. I think that's the best way to paint that picture. To not confuse anybody. He's got mobility. Rolling. Does not care if you're in his face. Very chill. Look at him go. Look at him go. There he is, downfield. Creative. Creative, good vision, good anticipation, knows the concepts. Downfield, hammering it. Looking solid. Rolling out. We're going to take this. We're going to take this. Still holding true to this. Not Mike Vick, not Drew Bledsoe. And that's what you want to see. But bam, gets it out. Sees it, rips it. Doesn't have to think twice. Boom, right there. This is a good quarterback. This is a good prospect. This is a good prospect. This is a very good prospect. I remember saying that. I remember liking this kid's tape. That's all. Oh, nice catch, though, by that dude. Nice catch. Stepping up. Whips it. Down there. Looking good, man. Looking good. Another one deep downfield. Towards the sideline. Why is that important? Away from the DB. Further space from the DB. So if you miss wrong, you miss long, you miss away from the DB. That's a smart throw. You miss away from the DB. That's what you're seeing on a lot of these throws over by the sideline downfield, where he's putting it where the wide receiver can only get up to it and close the gap and get to the catch, but the DB can't make the play. You're seeing that. You got to understand you had that guy underneath there and you had to wait for the right openings, and on top of that, you had to like space it appropriately, or it would have got batted down, or could have. Doesn't mean would have because it's high school, but still. Stepping back, stepping up a bit downfield. Look, doesn't hesitate. He rips it. He rips it. There he goes. There he goes. I don't know what to compare him to. I don't know who to compare him to, really. That's not really I don't like to compare people. Because sometimes I feel like it's not always one for one, usually not. I think they're underrating his arm strength a little bit the more I watch him. Like, I think he's just a good passer. Like, he's not like DJ Lagway where he's just spraying it like 90-mile-an-hour fastballs all over the place or moonshots all over the place. But it's there. And that's all you need really is anticipation. Like this under duress. Woo! Like, you don't want your quarterback doing that. But he can do it. He can do it. He's got good anticipation. To be able to do that, you have to know the offense, the system so well, and be confident in the system so well that you know where things are at even though you can't see it. That is the thing about that. So that gives you the potential to transition to the college game and learn the system quickly because you're showing the potential to know your system here at the high school level inside out to be able to pull that shit off. That is what that's telling you. I say potential doesn't mean you will, but still, like that, guy in your face, holding up strong. You know where things are at. You know where people are supposed to be. Downfield, there we go. That's what that tells me. A good distributor of the football, good anticipation. Face it. You guys didn't beat Ohio State last year. Dylan Sampson was hurt. You can say that, but still, you're paying that quarterback that money. 5-star. You know, it could have been a little better at least. Maybe it's just time to move on. Maybe it's just time for you guys to go your separate ways and start retooling and looking other ways. But here's an option for you. He's on your roster. They're saying he could be the next guy up. Things have been quiet in spring ball. Now we know why. I was looking up clips on Nico the other day because, like, it's quiet. But all these schools are quiet. All these schools have been quiet. We're watching this battle unfold. Watch the transfer portal. We have 3 or 4 quarterback battles that are under a microscope right now that a quarterback could be coming your way. There's already quarterbacks in the portal. Maybe a small schooler coming up. But still, you got a good talent on your roster that you can cultivate, that can spread it all around, show that love to the wide receivers. Let me know what you think about them in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.